Hey guys, welcome back to Casks-n-Que, where whiskey and barbecue meet. I'm your host, Justin Lloyd, and today I have with me a special guest, RJ Hawk. He's going to help review a bottle of Blanton's. Of course, this has been all over the internet, all over YouTube, but we're going to give you our spin on it right after this. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. So RJ, he's not really a whiskey drinker at all.
Nope, not at all.
So
in fact, I'm a Bud Light guy.
He has that on standby just in case something bad happens.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. It's not that I am not, like, if we had a Coke, if we had a Diet Coke, do a little mixy, I could be doing this all day. But for folks like, the expert bourbon drinkers, that can just drink it and smell it and know what was in the barrel when they made it, that's not me. But I say this, I'm willing to always try something new, and so that's why
he's being a good sport.
Yes.
RJ is actually my neighbor, and I'm always trying to get him to try new whiskeys. And
really wondering
he's usually pretty good about it.
Where's the food? I was promised food.
Well, sorry, that's another episode. Oh. That's on the barbecue side of things.
Okay,
we'll do that later. So what we're going to do today is give you guys a review of Blanton Single Barrel. Obviously, like I said, earlier, it's all over the place. Everybody's looking for it. It's been that way for 4 or 5 years now. So back in the day when I first started finding this stuff, you could find it about every other liquor store for $50-$60. Now prices have gone up. It's gotten crazy. So fortunately, I've been able to collect all the letters. RJ, there's letters on each one of these horses. And each one of the horses is a little bit different, and you can collect it to where it spells out Blanton's.
So it's like the McDonald's game. Whenever you were wanting to go and collect all the Monopoly pieces, Monopoly pieces, and so you've now got the railroad.
That's exactly right.
Perfect, but it's pretty cool.
I built an empire of bourbon.
So you have like these bottles just hanging around the house?
I do.
That is so cool.
So if you send these, once you get and there's two ends in Blanton's, obviously, and each end is different. And I didn't find that out until about 6 months ago.
Really?
Because I was like, oh hell yeah, I got all the ends. I got both ends. I'm ready to go. And so you can call the distillery. You can call Buffalo Trace is the name of the distillery where this whiskey comes from. And if you collect all the bottles, all the stoppers, then they'll mount them for you on a whiskey stave.
So have you gotten that?
Well, no, because I found out that I had the same two ends.
Oh, no. See, that's just like the Monopoly game. No. Like the scam that was McDonald's.
I know. I called the lady and I was like, so I don't get the stave? And she was like, not unless you find another end out there. And she was like, some people just go and buy the stopper. I was like, no, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it the right way.
Can you go on like eBay and like find a bottle?
You can, but
not one, but like one that's full. Like the.
No, not that I've seen.
Amazon?
Yes, surprisingly.
Seriously?
Surprisingly, one of my friends got one from China, and they Blanton's.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink that. I mean,
there's different bottlings for different countries.
Really?
Yeah. So
I'm really intrigued by like. So it's the.
Or maybe it's from the UK actually, but it was a Chinese.
Yeah.
It was for China.
So it's the message within the message.
Yes.
So with the letters and the ends, and then the whiskey or the bourbon. I mean.
I know.
That's pretty cool.
It's kind of like that Red Roddy BB gun thing where they got to collect and do all the things with the drinker Ovaltine.
Now that you've told me about this, like I keep staring at the letter L just because I'm like, I feel like it's like National Treasure. Like if you hit it, like a prize is going to come out.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So let's get into a little bit of history about Blanton's, and I won't bore you to death. You can read online. There's all kinds of stuff. So Elmer T. Lee, for those of you that are bourbon enthusiasts, know that that's an actual offering itself. Very popular these days. Again, it's become allocated, almost impossible to find out in the wild, as we say. So Elmer T. Lee was the distiller behind Blanton's. In 1984 is when he released the single barrel. It was the first single barrel offering from Buffalo Trace. He retired about a year later. So kind of an interesting backstory. So really, I just kind of want to get RJ's opinion. for folks out there that may not drink a whole lot of bourbon, and maybe they're trying to find this bottle as a gift or something like that. You know, they're wondering, why is it so special? Why are we after this thing so, hot and heavy? So that's kind of why I brought him in, just to give you an everyday dude's take on this particular bourbon. All right, so we'll be right back.
I'm really disappointed that we're not using the official Casks-n-Que glasses.
Well, they're not good for nosing. That's
Nosing.
they're not good for smelling the whiskey. There.
They're not good for nosing. Please.
Not good for.
I'm talking about this on the radio tomorrow, by the way.
Well, I need to get up early and listen. All right, RJ. Hey, man, I appreciate you pouring that for us.
I did, and I feel like I did it correctly. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just pouring, right?
Yep. That's all there is to it. You weren't heavy-handed. That's all right.
What's that mean?
It means when you pour a whole lot.
So like when you just grab it by the whole...
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I was a little nervous. I don't know if you noticed, but like I had a little
Were you
shake.
shaky?
Because here's the deal, like I love you, like I do.
Yeah, me too.
But I have a tendency to. You're a whiskey snob. You are, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I didn't want to mess up, and so I had a little nervous shake, like a. Like like when you got the bottle. So I didn't want to A, drop the bottle, B, him go, dude, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're doing.
No.
And so
I'm real down to earth, man.
Well,
I just like to drink booze. That's really all it is.
you do like to do that. You're really good at that.
Well, thanks. I'm good at something.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is normally we kind of judge each or give a rating of each bourbon that we try on here, that we review. Mm-hmm. So 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, is our range. So our criteria is availability, taste, and value. But we'll get to that later. First, what we're going to do is first let's review what we actually have here. So this one was bottled June 25th, 2020. We're coming in at 93 proof, and this one is from barrel number 410. So what we'll do is nose this. I know we were talking off camera, and that was kind of a funny term to RJ, and probably to those that are not of the bourbon world. I guess probably wine snobs.
Is it called nosing?
I don't know if in the wine world if that's what it's. I don't know. Comments.
Well,
let us know. I don't know what the wine.
I think nosing has a different value on the streets.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. I think it probably does. So the best way to do this.
Okay.
Well, maybe not the best, but the most, I think, common way is you want to get your nose into the glass, but maybe not sniff so hard with your nose, but leave your mouth open a little bit to where you're almost kind of just breathing in.
Okay.
Really?
Well, I mean, it just had like a sharp bite through the nose.
But once you get past that,
It smells good. It smells like.
Like if you had to put, if there's anything that pops out in your mind.
Well, I smelled the cork earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and I said it had a little strawberry smell to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't smell it though when I put the cup up.
Damn dogs. My dog's killing a plastic monster right now. Sorry.
It takes like a couple, 3 smells. I kind of smell an oak.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever you're like in an old barn and it's got the rustic wood, and that's kind of what it reminds me of. You smell that antique wood smell.
Yep.
Am I spot on with that?
Yeah, that's
Is that what
the
you
oak.
smell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I don't have the bite anymore when you go
Once
and
you
take
get used
like
to it.
once you take like 2 or 3 of those snorts.
Yeah. So, do you pick up any honey at all, or vanilla, anything like that?
I do pick up the vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there we go.
See, I get some orange,
I don't get the orange.
and I know it's kind of silly, and this may have been implanted in my mind years and years ago when I first tried this, but I remember somebody saying that they smelled like a Bubblicious smell, but to me it's the Big League Chew like the stuff you open that has the pouch and the guy with the bat on there, the shredded gum.
Brother, you and I both play baseball.
I know.
I smell no bubblicious in here.
See, I do.
I smell.
But those are the things that I
Look, and maybe this is weird. Kind of smells like all whiskeys to me.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Sure.
you know the ingredients of a whiskey. I don't.
Well, actually, on this one, the mash bill, which is kind of the ingredients of the whiskey, is undisclosed.
Really?
No.
Hidden
At least if it's been disclosed recently, I don't know about it. Maybe it has been, but
Your dog is killing it over
I
there.
know that alien monster stands no chance.
I think you ought to let the dog sniff this. See what happens.
It should drink it all. Should lap it up. Well, let's give it a taste. See what you think.
So, like, is there any special way to do it? Like,
The dog wants some whiskey.
yeah, is there like any special way to do this, or just?
Man, I just starting out, I would just put just enough on my, just drink just enough, like a tiny sip.
Because like in college, we would just take this whole thing down
Yeah.
like a shot.
Right.
That's probably not.
Yeah,
good.
don't do that with this. So just a little tiny sip. And there's what's called the Kentucky Chew. You know, you kind of smack and make all kinds of noises. It's annoying.
And my mom taught me not to smack.
I know, mine too.
I will tell you this. That wasn't as terrible as I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, brief backstory. So Justin came to my house one night and says, "Hey, you need to try this whiskey." I had no idea what it was. And he and a friend were over, and they did this. And I took a drink and immediately started gagging and doing one of those
that was cask strength stuff.
Yeah, and I didn't do that this time.
Mm-hmm.
It had a small burn, but nothing terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't have near the alcohol content as that other one.
Oh, so you got to drink a lot of this to have a good time.
Well, no, it didn't take much. It's still 43% alcohol.
No, but like, so like this.
46 and a half, actually.
I could see you like just sitting around drinking and sipping on this one.
Yeah.
Just because it'd be really great if there was like a cube of ice in it.
Well, we can do that and see if it changes anything for you.
Yeah, I mean, because like, I'm not really a big fan of hot things,
Mm-hmm.
but I could definitely see myself just sitting around and.
It's easy drinking.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
what do you? So when you drink it, anything pop out flavor wise?
I need to try it again. Yeah. Kind of has a bacon taste.
Did you say bacon?
Bacon. Like,
That's not uncommon for some whiskeys to have like a meaty taste.
I mean, like, so I eat
It's
a lot.
more common in the Scotch world, but yeah.
Yeah, but like it just kind of has it doesn't. I'm not saying go out and buy this if you want to have bacon flavored whiskey, but it just kind of has like if you think deep down into it, it kind of has like the smoke.
The savoriness.
Yeah, the savoriness of a piece of bacon, or that's what I'm getting out of it, anyways.
Now it could be the barrel char.
Yeah.
Some smoky oak.
I get a
type
lot of smoke out of it. Like when you smoke some meat, I feel like I can taste some of that in this. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe a hint of orange. I know you smelt it a minute ago, but you might taste.
To me, it's like orange peel.
Yeah.
Like burnt orange, like the sugars from the orange peel been burnt. Yeah.
That's about it, though.
You want to try with a drop of water and see if it changes anything, or
That,
a little
that
ice
waters
cube?
it down. Ice cube.
Ice cube.
Yeah, let's try that.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, so we got RJ an ice cube. We're gonna see if that changes anything for him. As far as
It's gonna be cold.
Yeah, temperature for sure.
Okay, here we go. Well, it takes every bit of bite out of it. Like, sorry, it went down the wrong tube.
That's okay.
What little bite you had, it's not there anymore. Because I don't know if it watered it down, but
I mean,
I don't taste the bacon anymore, though.
You think it muted the flavors?
Yeah,
It didn't open it up?
No, it kind of flattened it a little bit.
Yeah, a whiskey that has, or a bourbon whiskey, whatever, that's at 93 proof is kind of on the lower side of things. So, in my experience, that's kind of the deal. It'll take a lot of the flavors away.
Definitely flattened it. But I mean,
Makes it more drinkable for those that are
You know what though? I just told you that I didn't like hot things, like drinks. I think I would have rather it being hot.
Oh, like room temp.
Just like straight out the bottle.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
okay.
Not in the thing. Just because it totally gives it a different taste.
Yeah, it changes it, doesn't it? Completely.
Because you can kind of see like the cube is almost melted already, so it's just water at that point. So you're now you've got
you're
whiskey and
introducing
water.
a lot. Yeah, that's right.
And for some chicks, they like whiskey and water at the bar. I'm not really. Now, what are you doing that for?
Just to get some air into it because it helps bring out some
I
of the.
didn't do that.
Yeah, there you go. Kind of helps bring out some of the flavors. Color on this is really pretty.
It's like an amber.
Yep, like a light amber, I guess.
You can see the honey though.
How, like the legs, how it's runny?
Yeah, and between that, and the glow.
Oh, the color of a honey.
Yeah,
like honey.
because
if you're saying.
Honey's got kind of that golden.
This does have good legs on it too. Legs are it shows the viscosity of a whiskey. So the legs. So you see those little streaks that look like teardrops. The longer it takes for those to run down the glass, usually the more viscosity that the whiskey has.
You've really gotten good at the vocabulary on this thing.
No, big words.
You know,
I don't even know what that means.
When I met him 2 years ago, he didn't know what viscosity meant.
I barely knew English.
But one of these days, we're gonna do this and a beer tasting.
Kind of out of the scope of the channel, but I'm down. Maybe
it'd be like special edition.
Special edition.
Special edition. It's like
special edition with RJ.
Yeah, like
Bud Light.
Like paid program. No, not Bud Light. No, here's the thing though. Like, you may have gotten me turned on to this now. My wife's not gonna be happy.
Hey-o.
Just because I could totally sit around and just maybe I might need a bigger glass.
Yeah, this is like a lot of times if I'm drinking something else, just my daily sipper or whatever, I'll put it in a bigger glass with some ice. And
the Casks-n-Que glass.
Yes.
Don't forget you can buy one of those.
You can. I'll put a link below.
See, that's what I do. He has me over to drink with him, and I promote.
Yeah.
Hats, shirts, glasses.
Does it all. Okay, so the finish on this pour is moderately long. You still get some of the caramel, the vanilla, the oak. The heat almost immediately dissipates for me, so it's hardly even noticeable.
Is that like backlash? Like
yeah. Some people, it's called the Kentucky hug, when it kind of burns your chest a little bit.
Yeah.
But
my dad always said that it puts hair on your chest.
That it does. It's science. For me, when you consider taste, value, and availability, the availability is what really kills this bourbon for me. You just can't find it. If you do, you're very fortunate to run into it at an airport, like a duty free or whatever, or maybe you live in a state that some stores get this other than Christmas or Thanksgiving. I can't remember the last time. Well, actually, I can remember the last time I saw this on the shelf. It was about 3 years ago. It was right before COVID. And that was just a by chance kind of thing.
How much is that bottle?
Right, MSRP is like $65, I think, or something like that. But that's not what you'll find it for. So if you ran into a liquor store tomorrow and just happen to see it, they'd probably have it at about $180 or $200.
Really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Inflation sucks.
Oh, well, it's just with bourbon especially, the prices have just gone out of the roof over the past 4 or 5 years.
So I know what to get you for Christmas.
That's right. If you can find that, I'll drink it with you. So with that said, the availability kills it for me. I know a lot of people call this a tater bourbon, where everybody's just kind of a noob and chasing this bottle, but I happen to really like it, especially at $60-something. The value, it hurts it as well, because right now, if you see it in a store, it's probably $130 to $200, anywhere in that range. Same thing online, if you find it, it's probably about in that range as well. So I think I got to go about a 2.5 on this one. I think the taste is great. It's complex enough. It offers, it drinks like a $60 whiskey. That if I paid $180 for this bottle, I'd be very disappointed. But that's not to say it's not good. It is. To me, it's a great pour. So I think I'm going to stick with the 2.5. RJ, what do you got, man?
Well, availability, because I walked over here and it was here. I'm gonna give it a 9.
A 9 out of
5. Out of 5. No, in all seriousness, I wouldn't know if I could walk up to my local liquor store and find this or not. But so I'm going to leave that one as an NA because
Okay.
I don't know. But I would say that my general knowledge of whiskeys and bourbons is basically Crown or Basil Hayden's.
Yeah.
And it's usually mixed with Coke. And so just drinking this in a glass, I would put this out of a 5. I'd put it probably 3.5. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's that's not bad.
No.
The thing that does it for me is that there's just not a lot of bite. I don't want to sit around and drink and go, try to carry on a conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to struggle to get this thing down. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'd say probably 3.5.
Okay.
That.
Yeah, totally fair.
I think what would get it to a 4 for me is if it were just a little bit smoother. It does kind of seem, once you get it in, that it's a little rough. Mm-hmm. That really sounds terrible. But I mean,
I'm trying not to do Beavis and Butthead over here. I'm just really struggling. Please do continue.
No, but I mean, it's just not as smooth as what. And I guess it's hard for me because I haven't compared it to some of the finer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
that's what we're looking for, is a review from someone that doesn't really.
I would drink. Let's put it this way: if you had me over, which you will, to drink this and watch you cook, I would definitely drink this with you again. Yeah. I would not turn down the drink and ask for a Bud Light.
Nice. Well, there you have it.
There's that.
I mean, I can't think of a better description of this bourbon for someone that's not really a bourbon drinker.
No, I mean.
And RJ's your man. So, just want to thank you for stopping by Casks-n-Que. If you don't mind, if you like the content, you find it remotely interesting, and you want to help the channel out, you can always like, subscribe, and smash that bell. And leave us a comment, too, and let us know what you're thinking, your experience with Blanton's, and we'd love to hear back from you. So, it's RJ and Justin, and we'll see you next time.
Smash that bell.